Stop buying fake plastic flowers for your home because what I'm about to show you is so much better, and honestly, it costs almost nothing to make. There's something about having flowers in your home that just makes a space feel alive. But real flowers die. Fake ones look cheap, and the nice silk ones, those will cost you way more than they should. So what if I told you that you could make flowers that look gorgeous, last forever, and actually become a conversation piece every single time someone walks into your room? That's exactly what we're doing today. I'm going to walk you through some of the most beautiful crochet flower ideas you can make specifically for home decor, from tiny little accent pieces to full wall displays that will make people think you hired an interior designer. Whether you've been crocheting for years or you're still pretty new to it, you're going to find something here that you can actually make and be proud of. And by the end of this video, you're going to see why so many people are ditching store-bought decor and making their own instead. Let's get into it. Okay, so first, let's talk about why crochet flowers work so well for home decor. Because it's not just about looking cute, there's a real reason people are putting these all over their homes right now. When you make something by hand and put it in your space, it tells a story. A crocheted flower on your shelf or hanging on your wall isn't just decoration, it's a piece of you, and people can feel that difference when they walk in. It adds warmth in a way that nothing you buy at a store really can. On top of that, crochet flowers are insanely versatile. You can make them tiny and group them together for a big impact, or make one large statement piece that stands on its own. You can put them in vases, hang them on walls, attach them to wreaths, lay them in bowls as centerpieces, pin them to curtains, or even frame them like art. The options really don't have a limit. And here's the other thing. Once you learn a few basic flower shapes, you can mix colors, change yarn textures, and create hundreds of different looks without ever learning a brand new pattern. That's the kind of skill that keeps on giving. Now let's actually get into the ideas, and I'm going to go through these in a way that makes sense, starting with simpler ones and building up to the more impressive pieces. The first idea is the simple 5-petal flower. This is the one almost every crocheter has made at some point, but most people don't realize how stunning it looks when you use it for decor the right way. The pattern itself is quick. You start with a magic ring, work a few single crochets in the center, and then build 5 petals around it. Each petal is just a small shell stitch or a chain loop that you slip stitch into. What makes this one really pop for home decor is the yarn you choose. If you use a thick cotton yarn in a rich color like a deep rust orange or a forest green, and then you make about 15 to 20 of these in different sizes, you can arrange them in a shadow box frame and hang it on your wall. It looks like something you'd see in a boutique, and people genuinely cannot believe it's handmade when it's done well. Another way to use these is to fill a clear glass bowl or a wide vase with them. Just pile them in loosely, mix 2 or 3 colors that go with your room, and put it on a coffee table or bookshelf. Simple, effective, beautiful. Moving on, let's talk about the sunflower. This is probably the most popular crochet flower for home decor right now, and there's a very good reason for that. Sunflowers just have this energy that makes a room feel happy, and the crochet version is honestly one of the most realistic looking flowers you can make with yarn. The key to a good crochet sunflower is the center. You want to use a darker yarn, a deep brown or almost black, and work in a tight pattern that gives it that bumpy texture real sunflowers have. Then your petals go around the outside in bright yellow, and the contrast between those two parts is what makes it look so real. For decor, oversized sunflowers are having a huge moment. If you use chunky yarn and a larger hook, you can make a sunflower that's about 8 to 10 inches across. Put 3 of those in a tall vase on your kitchen counter or dining table, and you have a centerpiece that costs almost nothing to make, but looks like it could be sold at a farmer's market for $30 each. You can also make a wreath entirely out of crochet sunflowers. Use a plain foam or wire wreath base, make 10 to 15 flowers in a few different sizes, and just attach them with a hot glue gun. Add some green leaves around the edges, either crocheted or real, and hang it on your front door or above your fireplace. That kind of wreath keeps its color and shape forever, unlike a real flower wreath that dries out and falls apart after a few weeks. Now here's where things get really interesting. The layered rose. A lot of people avoid crocheted roses because they think they're complicated, and some patterns are, but there's a simpler method that creates this beautiful spiral rose with layers that look just like the real thing, and once you learn it, you'll want to make them in every color. The trick is working in a long spiral strip where you increase stitches on one edge to create a ruffle, and then you roll it up from one end. The more ruffled the edge, the more realistic the rose looks. When you're done rolling, you just sew or glue the bottom closed and you have a rose. These look incredible in a small ceramic pot or planter. Make 5 or 6 roses in blush pink, ivory, and mauve. Put them in a white ceramic pot together. Put it on your bathroom counter or your bedroom dresser. That combination, especially in those soft colors, feels incredibly elegant, and it matches almost any neutral home decor style. Lots of people do this in their bedrooms or guest bathrooms, and it gets compliments every single time. You can also make a whole bouquet of these and put them in a tall vase, just like real flowers. Mix in some crocheted greenery or eucalyptus, which we'll talk about in a second, and you have a centerpiece that lasts for years. Let's talk about leaves and greenery for a minute, because this is something a lot of crocheters skip, and it's actually what takes your decor from looking nice to looking really professional. A simple crochet leaf is just chains and single crochets in a shape that narrows at the tip. You can make them in multiple shades of green, or even go with sage green and olive for a more trendy, modern look. When you add leaves around your flowers, whether in a vase, on a wreath, or in a frame, it fills in the gaps and makes everything look more natural. Eucalyptus is another one that's really on trend right now. You can crochet long, branchy stems with small oval leaves using a simple slip stitch and single crochet method. Put a bunch of these in a long, skinny vase on a shelf or hang them upside down in a bundle tied with a ribbon, like dried eucalyptus, and it looks incredibly stylish. People do this above beds or on open shelving in kitchens, and it's one of those details that makes a space look genuinely put together. Now I want to talk about something a little different: crochet flower garlands. This is one of the best ways to add color to a room without committing to anything permanent. A garland is just a long piece of string or chain with flowers attached at regular intervals. You can drape it across a mantle, hang it above a window, wrap it around a mirror, or hang it as a backdrop for a shelf. For the flowers, you can use the small 5-petal flower we talked about earlier, or try a simple daisy shape where you make a center circle and attach long single crochet petals all the way around. Daisies are very fast to make, and they look amazing in white with yellow centers on a natural cotton string. If you make a garland in all white flowers with green leaves on a neutral twine string, it fits in almost any home style: modern, farmhouse, bohemian, Scandinavian. It's one of those things that just works everywhere. And making a long garland goes surprisingly fast once you get into a rhythm with the flowers, because you're just repeating the same small pattern over and over. Let me tell you about one more idea that I think is genuinely underrated, and that's using crochet flowers to decorate things you already have. Plain throw pillows, plain curtains, plain lampshades. These are all things that most people just leave as they are, but if you take a few of those 5-petal flowers or roses and stitch them to the corner of a throw pillow, it becomes a completely different object. It looks custom, it looks like you thought about it, and it cost you about 50 cents worth of yarn. Same thing with a picture frame. Hot glue a small cluster of crocheted flowers onto the corner of a plain wooden frame, and suddenly it's a piece of decor instead of just a frame. You can do this with baskets too. Attach a few flowers to the side of a plain wicker basket and it becomes a storage piece that also looks good sitting out in the open. This is what I mean when I say crochet flowers are versatile. Once you have a small collection of finished flowers, you can just start looking around your home and finding places to add them. And every time you do, it makes your space feel more like yours. Now, I also want to address something because I know some people are watching this and thinking, okay, but what yarn should I actually use for home decor flowers? Because this really does matter. For most home decor projects, cotton yarn is your best friend. It holds its shape really well, it doesn't stretch out over time, and it has a clean look that photographs beautifully and looks polished in a room. A medium weight cotton, like a size 4 or DK weight cotton, is perfect for most of the flowers we've talked about. If you want a softer, more romantic look, try a soft acrylic blend or even a mohair style yarn for things like the roses. That slight fuzzy texture gives them an almost velvety look that's really gorgeous on its own. For chunky statement pieces, like the oversized sunflowers, use a thick cotton or a bulky yarn with a bigger hook. The size is what creates that bold, eye-catching look.
And for color, don't be afraid to go a little bolder than you think you should. Colors that feel too bright on the skein often look perfect once they're turned into a flower shape in your home. Deep jewel tones like teal, burgundy, and mustard yellow have been incredibly popular in home decor for the past few years, and they work really well in crochet. One last thing I want to mention is storing your finished flowers if you end up making a lot of them. Some people make flowers in batches and keep them in a basket so they can swap out their arrangements with the seasons. Spring gets pastels and light colors, fall gets burnt orange, brown, and deep red, winter gets white, silver, and deep green. It's a really fun way to keep your home decor feeling fresh without spending any money on new stuff. And if you give yourself a few hours one afternoon to just sit and make flowers while watching TV or listening to a podcast, you can build up a huge collection really fast. Small crochet flowers are some of the quickest things you can make, and having a big pile of them opens up so many creative options. So to pull everything together, what we've covered today are 5-petal flowers in frames or bowls, sunflowers in vases or as wreaths, layered roses in planters or bouquets, garlands for mantles and shelves, and adding flowers to things you already have to make